What's up, guys? Welcome back to another backyard simulator session. We're doing another subscriber requested course today, or viewer requested course. I hope you're a subscriber. Today we are doing Oughterard Golf Club in Galloway, Ireland. Hopefully I pronounced that right. This is courtesy of Alex Halo, or Halo. Shout out to you for the suggestion. I can't remember if you, I guess he or she, Alex could be a boy or a girl, but said if this was their home course or not. Either way, we're in Ireland. This is an 18-hole course. We are, as always, using the Garmin Approach R10 behind me as the launch monitor, set up on a DIY leveled stand. We've got the Country Club Elite mat here that I can put tees into and hit down into a little bit. Some 10x7 nets, and what you're seeing on the screen is the home tee arrow inside the Garmin Golf app running on my phone. So we're gonna get started here. First hole, we've got a par 4. Looks relatively straight, hitting up 4 yards, but it's 401. There was only 2 options for tees here. It was either men's or women's, so should be a little bit easier just from even just the tee box wise. We're not, there's only 2 options, so it's not as far back as I think we would be from some of the other courses we played. So hopefully, depending on the difficulty of some of these holes, I'd like to be somewhere around even par by the end of this through 18 holes, but hopefully we get a good driver swing to start it off here. Again, shout out to Alex, and if any of you out there, I'll mention it probably a few times in this video, if any of you out there have any requests or recommendations or suggestions of courses you'd like to see me play. Pretty much if it's a golf course that you've played or heard about, there's a very high chance that it's here within the Garmin app, so let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. Pushed it right. Hopefully it comes back a little bit. Decent contact on it though. .274 to start it off. We'll take that. We got 128 left into the pin. Looks like bunkers left and right, but as long as it's not water. The bunkers aren't ideal. It takes 20% off if you're in the bunker versus 10% in the rough. And from what I've seen, luckily I haven't been in the bunkers too much, but from what I've seen, I can tell it takes off more than 20%. It kind of dies when you hit it out of there. So I think it's honestly closer to 30-40% out of the bunker. So if I end up being in there on this hole or any of the other ones, I'll probably add some extra yardage. But we've got 128 down 1, so this is going to roll out a little bit when it hits. I'm going to go slightly choke down, smooth pitching wedge here. On course, this is about 135-ish, 140. So I'm going to take a little bit off of it. Hopefully get a good swing on it. Decent contact, but I pushed that right. Hopefully that's on the green. I don't know if it's going to be. And right in the bunker. So I guess we'll see what I was talking about with the shortage. Waste of a stroke there, unfortunately. 16 yards, 20%. So that would be 1.6 would be 10%. So it would be 3.2. I think it's, like I said, a little bit more than that. So I'm going to add maybe even double that. So I'm thinking probably closer to 25-ish. 23, 24, 25 yards maybe. I don't know. Not really sure. It's all based on the algorithm of how Garmin decides to do it. 20%. Originally, when I first started playing this, I felt like it was just 20% versus 10, so you could kind of take a regular swing and it would just take off the 20%. But as of late, from what I've noticed, it really kills it. So maybe it's adjusted a little more accurately to what you would expect out of a bunker. I don't know why they wouldn't just put, if it's actually 30 or 40%, just put that number. But a little bit left. And yeah, I felt like if anything that one was going to be a little bit long left. It is, but I think that still took off a little bit more than 20%. I wonder too if it matters the lie within the bunker. If you're, some bunkers you're maybe close to the lip or whatnot, I'm not sure. Kind of hard to tell when I'm trying to line up for a shot. I can't see it as clearly as you guys can just watching the video. I kind of hit it and then come back and see if I can catch what happens. Usually happens more so when I hit it towards trees and whatnot. Sometimes I catch trees when I didn't think I did, or I didn't see it, and that kind of thing. But see if we can get another good driver swing here, second hole. That was also hit decent. Started right, I'd assume it's going to come back to the left a little bit. We will take that all day long. 286. I didn't see if there was slope. There might have been some down slope there that added to the yardage, but if I could do that every time, especially here, here's a little bit easier with the side spin calculations with the driver, but especially on course, if I can start it just a little bit right and have like at least 7 or 8 out of 10 drives turn over a little bit to the left with a draw, mainly due to that the driver. Specifically, I've seen, I guess, maybe some manufacturers are a little bit different, but from what I understand, across the board, most of the time with this driver, that's a 9.5 driver, and when you turn up, you basically change the adjustment on the sleeve. When you turn up the loft, this is up, I think, a degree, maybe 1.5 degrees, so it's closer to 10.5. It slightly closes the face, so it turns the driver into a little more of a draw bias, which for any of you out there that slice, which is, to my understanding, the majority of golfers, that should help to straighten it out, or at least lessen if you have a real severe slice. So, second shot here. We've got 120 down 5, so this is going to roll out a little bit. Not sure if the green is sloped a lot or if it's just down and then the green is flat, but either way, we've got 115, so it's going to be a choke down pitching wedge, I believe. I could probably hit pretty close to a full 52, but when I get into that territory, I start in the back of my mind having the worry of sculling one and hitting it thin and ending up 20 yards long. So I feel in general it's a little more controllable if I take basically a club up, choke down on it, and do a little more of a fuller or smoother swing rather than like a fuller 52 type swing. Started a little bit right. I don't know if that's going to come back, but oh man, Garmin didn't like that one. That was a decent swing too. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that again. I'm gonna give it another 5-10 seconds here. Sometimes it registers late. Don't know if it's going to. So unfortunately, I hit that one decent. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to hit a mulligan, or we get a mulligan, I guess. Similar shot. I didn't get as much on that one, so if anything, that'll be a little bit short. Not too bad though. I think that first one would have been pretty close to that inner circle. That one was just a tad short and right, but we'll take it. Third hole, par 5, looks relatively straight. I'm going right over that tree, which I don't love. The corner, that smaller looking tree right here on the left. We're gonna aim right about there. 270, it's up 8, so that's gonna kill a little bit of the yardage. Hopefully, put a little bit of a draw on this, get it around that tree, out towards the middle of the fairway here. Dead over the net with the driver. That's so bad. Gotta love it. Hit one, what was the last one? 280 something? And then I hit it 130 yards up and over the net with the driver. Just completely underneath it. Another new sky mark on the driver. Par 5 though, so it looks like we have somewhat of a look. We're going right over this tree in front of us. Which way's the hole going? It's aiming us up there. I think I'm going to go between those trees there. We're out of the rough too, so we've got 300 yards. It's going to be another 30 yards because of the shortage. I'm going to hit my 3 hybrid. There's a decent chance we catch these trees, but hopefully I hit it hard enough it kind of goes through them. Got to reload on a new ball. We'll see. We'll try out. I haven't used one of these. It's one of these tailor-made Tour Response, the one with the yellowish greenish line. I haven't used one here with the R10. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't throw off with this line. It doesn't throw off the monitor. Who knows? Maybe it'll be better. Calculates it more accurately. I guess we'll see here. Off the heel, that was left. Right into those trees by the looks of it. Looks like we're just to the right of them though, so we might have a shot here. Definitely not a good swing, but we somehow got it to work out slightly. Par 5, so this is our 3rd shot. We get it on the green here. We have a chance to have a par or even a birdie if we hit one good. We've got 109 down 1, so it's going to roll out just a little bit. Plus we need the 10%, so that's another 10 or 11 yards or so. So we're looking at 118-ish. I think I'm going to hit it closer to, in my head, like a 120-yard shot here. Pushed it right. +3, yikes. Gonna grab some Gatorade. I know we were out of the rough there, but that one felt like longer than 90 something, 94 yards, whatever that was. I'm wondering. I'm going to give this ball another hole or two. If I see any wonkiness, I'm going to have to switch it out. 4th hole, par 4, dog leg, slight dog leg right. We're going to aim right about there. Hopefully draw it back just a tad to the middle. Actually keep this one into the net, not over it. It's funny too, I don't really feel like between the other drives that I've hit, I didn't feel like I did anything that time that was drastically different. I don't know how that ended up being so horrendous compared to the others, but I guess we'll give it another go here. Pushed it right, hopefully it comes back a little. Alright, caught the very edge of the fairway. Gonna wake up the R10, although we just hit. And there's a tree right in the middle of the fairway, of course. Should be able to go just to the right of it, though, I think. We've got 133 down 4. So we're looking at 129. I think it's gonna roll out a little bit. That first one that I hit, or I guess the last one with the pitching wedge, came up a tad short, so I'm gonna do pretty much a full pitching wedge here. On course, it's about 135, 140. I felt like here the wedges are a little bit short, including pitching wedge, just a tad. More specifically, the 52 from what I've noticed, and 56. 60 degree is usually pretty close, so tough to tell on that one, but Oh, that was really thin and right. That was a bad contact on that one. Honestly, those trees kind of helped us out there. That was a poor swing. That would have been another probably 5-10 yards longer than that if we didn't hit that tree. That was super thin. Been trying to be a little more upright in my contact, although it's supposed to improve that. Seems to be not as good. I guess I'm just a creature of habit somewhat with my swing. So, another drop stroke there. Gotta get this one close. 19 yards, up one, so this is gonna die a little bit once it hits the green. Plus we need 10%, so we're looking at 22, 23 yards maybe. $60 degrees, see what we can do. Way left. Hopefully that's not too long. The slope helped us a little bit. That was thin and I pulled it way left for a wedge shot. Fifth hole, par 3. Not exactly the link style golf course you would expect in Ireland. There's a bunch of trees and not so great areas so far. It's like these trees that are sticking out. You gotta go right around them here on the right side. 133 down 5. So it's gonna be pitching wedge again. Hopefully we can actually hit one. Looking at 128 or so. That was struck better, but I caught it heavy. A little bit left as well. Just outside that inner circle, I believe. Should be a par though. Better swing, so we'll take that. Sixth hole, par 4. 342. I see water right, but really hope that doesn't come into play. We're gonna aim right about there. Put a little draw on it, ideally 275 out there. It's kind of what I try to play on course. A decent smooth driver swing. Try to play to about 275-ish. If I really step on one, get closer to 300. A little bit low and started right. Definitely didn't get all of it, but not too bad. At least it was into the net. So far, that I can tell, this TaylorMade ball with the greenish yellow stripe isn't affecting it. So, I guess we'll stick with it, unless we put it over the net again. 87 yards up 2, so we're looking at 89. It's gonna be 52 territory. It's gonna be about 75% or so on the 52. Gonna choke down about an inch and a half. It was a little bit thin. Started a little bit right as well. Par, grab some Gatorade again. Although I'm not walking here like I usually do on course, with all these swings back to back relatively quick, you can definitely feel it for me in the lower back, and it's kind of like the driving range where if you don't take the time to really slow down, I do my setup a little bit here over there. Granted, I don't do my full shot routine, kind of stepping back, getting my hands set, picking out a target, because the target's pretty much obviously into the net. It's always the same. So but it is a little bit quicker than on course, closer to the driving range, so you do get fatigued a little bit quicker. At least I do. Relatively short par 4 here. We're going to aim right about there. We're going down 3 yards as well, so if we hit one good here, we could get close to this green. I find it funny sometimes with driver, more specifically with that club, but also other clubs. It's almost, this golf seems like almost a game of opposites. Sometimes you hit it slower and smoother and it goes further than when you really try to go at it. Gotta wake up the R10. Same thing specifically when I started. I definitely found that the game of opposites, the further you aim left, the further it goes right, and the further you aim right, the further it goes left, kind of thing. That was more so when I was really battling a slice, which I still do somewhat. That was low and off the heel. That's definitely not going to get to the green, but it shouldn't be terrible. There was a bumblebee that was flying around the ball before I hit that. I don't know if you guys could see that on camera. All right, 65 up 4, so we're at 69. Nice. Plus the 10%, so that's another 7 or so yards. So we're looking at 76, 77 yards here. Plus it's gonna die because 4 yards up is a decent amount for around the green. It's gonna die once it hits, so I think I'm gonna go closer to 75-ish, 80 here if I can. That was thin again. Hopefully that gets down and gets on the green. We got lucky with that bounce. That was coming in hot. I've mentioned it before, but crazy how golf on swings, say there's 10 things you're trying to do with the swing. It's crazy how you can do pretty much 8 or 9 out of them, 10 out of 10, do them really good and do them even perfect, and then just those 1 or 2 out of 10 that you don't do exactly right could cause a pretty bad shot. 8th hole, par 5, we're +3. Hopefully we can get a bird or 2 here and bring this down. This is a tricky line here. I don't love this along the trees, plus it's only aiming us. Yeah, I don't know if I can hit driver here. These are big trees. I don't know if I can get up and over that if I go to the left. So it's aiming us here. That's 261. That's even too far. Even that's a little far. Right about there should be good. Par 5 too, which is unfortunate, but I'm gonna go 5 hybrid. Hopefully put something out there about 230-ish, which is kind of what we need there. I'll take being a little further right than left so we don't have to mess with those trees. Hit it fat and it's going to be left. Bad swing there. And exactly where we didn't want to be, right on the corner behind these stupid trees. I don't know, we're pretty close to him. I don't know if I can get up and over that. and that doesn't look much better that way. I guess I could really just hammer a 3 hybrid that way, but there's more trees up there. This is a tough shot. Realistically, I should probably just go take my medicine and go there. It had us aimed that way, so I think I'm gonna hit 102. I'm gonna hit a 52, a full 52 right there. 10%, so that'd be another 10 yards. Yeah, I'm gonna go full 52. Hopefully get up and over these trees. This could be a bad move. Sometimes with these tree-like situations, I just blast through a lower lofted club. And if I hit the tree, I hit the tree, but most of the time I get through them and it just kills some yardage. This one, I don't know, we've got a bunch of trees to go through, so I'm gonna try to go up and over with this 52. I'm gonna swing at this, so there's a chance this goes up and over the net. That's how I wanted to hit it. Yep, just what I didn't want to happen. Hit it good, just caught it right into the tree, and it went 6 yards. And we have the same shot again. And I can't even, it would have to be now one of these shots. At this point, I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna hit like a 5-iron that way. See what happens. If we catch these trees again and it goes like 5 yards, I'll probably just have to take my medicine and punch out to the right. And this is kind of what I've been talking about. I've mentioned in other videos. Some of the short game stuff around the green, we get a little bit lucky with some of the bounces and rolls and whatnot, and it stops pretty soft. But then you catch some of these trees. Granted, this isn't Garmin's fault that I pulled my tee shot left, but you get some of these types of shots and holes where the scorecard ends up evening out by the end of it. Well, please give us a shot. Are we further enough right? Kind of, not really. We're probably gonna catch this tree again. Well, might as well stick with the same plan. Grip and rip a 3 hybrid. Hopefully keep it low enough we get around that tree. This is now, what, the 3rd stroke out of here? This is gonna be an ugly number on the scorecard. I actually hit that one decent. I did start it right though, so now we're probably gonna mess with these trees on the right, unfortunately. Oh man. Alright, we actually looked like we lucked out a little bit, just short of the bunker. We're lying 4, hitting 5, so we really need to put this inside that inner circle. Will be a bogey. If we get it on the green, it's going to be a double. 28 yards plus another, call it 3 yards. So we're looking at 31, 32-ish. I'm going to go 56. A chip in would be really, really nice right now. Came off a little hot. Yikes. Alright, definitely gonna need some birdies now. Although, like I mentioned, there's only 2 tee boxes here, men's and women's. With all these trees around these shots, this definitely hasn't been easy so far. We're +5, which isn't like horrendous, make me want to quit golf type of score just yet, but hasn't exactly been the easiest, most straightforward course. 184 down 2, so we're looking at 182. I'm gonna go 7 iron. Usually on course this is about 180ish, so depending on how we hit it, might be a tad short, but I think a 6 iron would be too much club. Pushed it pretty far right. Probably gonna be short right. Tried to be a little more narrow on my stance those last couple. I don't know if that's good or bad. Haven't exactly hit them great, so maybe I gotta widen the stance again. Sometimes you try to change too many things. You got secondary and tertiary thoughts going on in your head when you're just trying to, should be just focusing on kind of clearing your head and hitting the ball. Trying to do too many things at once. 25 yards, up 1, wake up the R10 again. So we got 26. This is gonna die a little bit when it hits. Plus another 2 or 3. So we're looking at right around 29, 30-ish yards. Gonna go 56. Pulled it left, but I think we might have got a mulligan out of it. For some reason we're gonna wake up the R10 again. That was still a little bit left, but that was better. We'll take the par, no bloodshed on that one at least. On to the back 9, 10th hole is a par 4. So the front 9 through 9, we were +5. See if we can get some of these back. Kind of a narrow fairway again. We got trees, but they're not super close at least. We got trees on the right here, so can't start it super far right, otherwise we'll catch that and probably end up in that water. So we're gonna aim just a little bit more that way. Tempted to take out a little bit of that frustration on this driver swing here, but my luck, I'll try to step on one and I'll just pop it up and it'll go over the net, or I'll shank one or something. So probably not the best idea when you're trying to get some strokes back. That started right, don't catch the tree. That was hit decent. More trees to mess with. These first two don't seem too bad. We might catch that third one up there, the corner of it, by the looks of it, but hopefully we can get it up high enough where it's over that. It is, and it should be far enough away from the green. So 106, up 1. It's gonna die a little bit when it hits. So we're at 107, plus another 10-ish or 11. We're at 117, 118. Probably gonna play it towards 120. I'm gonna go pitching wedge. Started it right. Hopefully it comes back a little. Not too bad, we'll take that. It's funny how golf, sometimes here I feel like it gets a little worse, especially because well, I guess on course too, but on here, it's one thing to play bad when you're practicing in your backyard, but it's another thing to not exactly play great and also have it on camera for thousands of people to see, but that's what I signed up for. But what I'm saying is sometimes I feel like, probably you guys can relate, it seems like sometimes you get a couple bad shots in and you can easily have the round start to spiral downwards versus trying to kind of scramble and pick yourself back up. Honestly, it's somewhat kind of rare to start off really good and keep it going the whole round. Most of the time you do experience some of those bad shots, and it's kind of how you're gonna have to bounce back to scrape out a decent score. Luckily, the vast majority of you guys out there that comment and watch these videos are relatively kind in the comments, which I appreciate. There's been a few that I don't understand, people that either don't like the video, don't like how I play, something about my swing. They take time out of their day to say some negative stuff, but instead of just moving along and maybe not watching anymore or just saying, well, I wasn't a fan of that, and keep going. But I guess that's the internet and the world we live in. Started right again, hopefully it comes back. A little bit low on the club face, so it's not going to be as far. Not too bad though, 264, just off the fairway. I do find it funny though. I think some people don't realize when they have a negative type of comment that really any type of comment kind of helps the channel with engagement wise. So even a negative comment, if I go back and forth with them a little bit, I try to keep it as nice as possible, but it ultimately ends up helping the channel. So I guess whether you have something good or bad to say, I guess say it. Preferably something nice, which is nice. But either way, it is what it is. 138, up 139, so this is going to die just a little bit, plus we need another 10%, which is going to be about 14 yards. So we need about 154-ish. Gonna go 9-iron. In my head, the comments wise, it kind of along the line of any publicity is good publicity, so any type of comments are good comments, so just keep them coming. I guess I'd rather have negative comments than no comments at all. Might be some negative comments on that one. That was a terrible swing. Super fat, pretty far left, extremely short, and a waste of a stroke. All right, see if we can make up for that. 36 yards up one, we need 37, maybe closer to 38, 39, because it's gonna die a little bit. I'm gonna go 56. That's somewhat yardage. It's kind of in between, but I would either go 52 or a stronger 56. We're gonna try the 56 this time, see what happens, take a little bit more club. Popped it up into the left, hopefully it gets down. Not the best swing there. And I believe we just dropped another stroke, so now we're plus 6. These fairways, man, it's these tee shots. It's just in the back of my mind, kind of on course. If you have stuff that's all around you, or specifically for me, it's like water. When you have water in the back of your mind on a tee shot, you know, all right, don't hit it left, don't hit it left, don't hit it left into the water. And it always seems to go left. Some of these tee shots, the fairway is a little bit narrow, and we got trees both left and right. So it's kind of like in my head that I almost forcing myself to hit it straight, which sometimes backfires, but see if we can hit it straight anyways. relatively straight. Started right, hopefully it comes back to the left. Decent contact, didn't get all of it, but honestly anything that's not popped up over the net, I'll kind of take. So, see if we can take advantage of that halfway decent tee shot here. 144, up one, so we got 145 plus another 14 or 15. So, we're looking right around 160. Gonna go 9-iron. On course, it's about 155, 160, so I'm gonna close it down just a little bit, get a little bit extra yardage in case we hit this a little bit fat. Out to the right. I don't know if that's gonna have the distance. So, 16, 10%. Pull the left again. Thirteenth hole, par 3. .202 down 5. I'm gonna hit a 5-iron. Could use a good swing here. Decent swing, but per usual, out to the right. Had the distance. That actually might have been a little long if we hit that straight because we caught those trees and it knocked it down, but I think we're in front of them. We've got 19 yards, no slope, but we've got the 10% because we're in the rough, so it's about another 2-ish yards or so. Got around 21 yards. Gonna go 60 degree. Seemed like for a while on these shots I was opening my stance, playing it more off the back of my foot. It seemed to strain me out a little bit, but still pulling them left, so really gonna try on this one to keep it towards the right. Not even so much right, just straight. That was straighter, but still left. +1, we'll take that. .14th, par 5. Bunch of trees again, relatively straight though. going up 5 yards, so it's going to kill a little bit of distance. See what we can do here with the old driver. Probably end up thinking in the back of my head, muting out part of that audio if those helicopters were super noisy. Right again, hopefully. Oh man, I hit that one decent too. Wake up the R10. That started right, but usually it comes back at least a little bit. That one felt like it jumped off the club face a little bit more. Oh, we got another mulligan. That was further right. That was a worse swing, unfortunately. And it was popped up. But hey, like I said, sometimes we get the mulligan, sometimes we hit a bad shot and we get to redo it, sometimes we hit a good one, and like that, the second time we hit it worse. So all evens out at the end. 240 to the hole, but we'll need another 24 yards on top of that, so I'm gonna go 3 hybrid. We'll see. If I hit this one good, we could come close. I've gotten this thing to about 270-ish off the deck on course before. I think a couple times on here too. I kind of, at least for me, I'm kind of tough on myself for some of these shots, so I kind of focus more so on the bad shots and dwell on those, and the good ones that I hit kind of get forgotten. But I think I've come close. I've definitely hit a couple that were like 260, 250, 260 with this thing on the simulator here. Oh, that was really low, but it was hit decent. All right, with the shortage, that was probably 235-ish because we were in the rough. "26 yards, gonna go 56. Thinking about those helicopters and the noise, I'm kind of surprised this mic that I use actually does a decent job of blocking out some of the surrounding audio. I remember one of those times, I think it was, I don't know if it was St. Andrews, it was one of the, I think, somewhat more memorable courses. Obviously not that memorable if I can't think of it, but there was like a street crew. If you guys recall, if you've seen that video or you go back and watch it, there was like a street crew that was cleaning and repairing the street out front. So it was super loud. You could definitely hear it more towards the end of the video, but all in all, the mic actually did a decent job of cutting out a lot of that audio when it was even almost kind of hard to think here. It was so loud. Straighter, but still left. Hopefully it's not too long. Gotta wake up the R10 again, even though it registered. Definitely have noticed more so of having to wake up the R10 since that 4.2 update on the actual R10. Hasn't been a massive deal, but this round specifically seems like I've been having to do it a lot more. I could see why people are real frustrated with it. It is kind of annoying, especially when you hit a shot and it either does it right before or after and you have to redo it or something. There's a bug crawling right on my phone. 280 down to 15th hole, or +7. Alright. I was gonna check the scorecard, but I don't believe we've had a birdie, so We could use one. That was hit a little bit better. Staying out to the right. Caught those trees. I thought that was going to turn back a little more left. Decent though, 275 into the tree. I probably killed a good 5-10 yards at least. And once again, we've got about 1, 2, at least 3 trees. We got that big one that we're going right into, I believe. I don't know. I guess I could aim there. I guess that's our only real shot. So we've got 141 down one, so we're at 140 plus another 14, 15 yards maybe. We're at like 155. Gonna go 9-iron. Hopefully hit one straight on the net so it goes where we're aimed and we go just to the left of that tree there. Alex, if you're watching this far, hopefully you're watching it all the way through, but you'll have to let me know in the comments if this course in real life has this many trees that are in the way for a lot of these shots. Good challenge, but somewhat frustrating. And that was right. Looks like we cleared the tree. We got lucky on that one. Sixteenth hole, getting down to it here. Par 5, looks pretty straight. Narrow fairway, but just when I was gonna say, not as many trees, but we got 2 stupid trees here right on the tee box. So we're gonna aim a little bit that way just in case we start one right. That was a decent swing too. Another mulligan. Might have to go back and count up all these shots that I've had to retake because I've had to wake up the R10. I feel like, just off the top of my head, this feels like I've hit that at least 10 times already throughout this round. Shouldn't be doing that. I understand if, I know some people say they're waggle in their setup or whatnot, or if they're super quiet over the ball. Sometimes it's a misread, but that's different than having to wake up the R10 and go into sleep on its own, is basically what's happening. It shouldn't go to sleep after I'm hitting shots relatively quick. It should stay awake. I don't know what the actual settings are, but it should stay awake for at least 30 seconds to a minute in between shots. That was lower and left. That was off the heel. That wasn't hit as good as the first one. .224 up 4, so we're looking at 228. I'm gonna go 5 hybrid. Based on how I'm swinging it today, I could probably go 4 hybrid because I'm doubt I'm going to catch it 100%, but if I do catch this 100%, this should get close with the 5. Hit it good, but it's right. 30 yards down one. It's going to roll out just a tad. So we're at 29 plus another 2 or 3. Looking at about 32-ish, 33-ish. I'm going to go 56. Still a little bit left, but at least a little bit straighter. Felt a little bit longer than 23. That might have been a slight misread there. Par though. 2 holes left. 17 is a par 3. The sky's getting a little darker here. Hopefully we don't get rained on for these last 2 holes. 164 up 7. So we're looking at 171. Should be a nice smooth 8. Gonna be well short left. That was super heavy. $34 yards, up 2, so this is going to die a little bit once it hits. There's not going to be a whole lot of rollout with 2 yards of upslope. Plus we need the 10%, so 36 plus another 3. We're looking at around 40 yards here. I'm going to stick with the 56. That was thin. Hopefully that's not too much. Par on 17. Grab some Gatorade for this last one. All right, 18th, par 4. Bunch of trees left, more so left than right. We're gonna aim up here. See if we can finish this off with a good driver swing. Hopefully, all right, the R10 got that one. That was a decent swing. I felt relatively straight. The R10 had me going pretty far right. Maybe so. Yet again, some trees. I'm thinking. This is one of those courses. There's been a few of them in the past that I played in real life and on here. I feel like this is one of those courses with, it seems like all these trees. If you play this course a lot, if this is your home course and you get good at this course, I feel like your game would travel pretty well. Trying to, if you're being forced to hit up and over and around all these different trees, you got to be precise with a lot of your shots. So I feel like this is a course where it's going to be frustrating and challenging to play, but if you can get good playing this course, your game's going to improve pretty quickly. Of course, off of that, you're not going to shoot as well, and in general, I guess you're not going to shoot as well score-wise at here versus either a link style or just some of the courses we've played, some of the easier 9-hole, more wide-open courses, but I don't know how much of those actually help the game versus these. I'm trying to think, I don't know, this tree, it's not super tall. I think we can get up and over that. We got 155 up 1, but we're going to need another 15 yards. So we're looking at 170-ish. maybe even 171, 172. I'm gonna go 8 iron again. Hit it decent, but up to the right. It's gonna be short right. Definitely short right when you hit it into a tree. Well, are we under this tree or are we past it? Looks like we're directly on the front side of it, I think. It looks like the base of it is right to the left of us. Plus we got a bush right in front of us. We might catch these again. Plus we got 2 in front that we gotta worry about, but we've got 99 up 2, so we're at 101. Plus we need another 10 or 11 yards, so we're looking around 112-ish. I think, just for the sake of hopefully getting it up and over these trees, I'm gonna go 52 instead of fishing wrench. So I'm gonna choke down about a ½ an inch here. On course, I can get about 125-ish, 120 out of this 52, so I need a little bit less than this, but I'm going to try to hit it up a little bit, hit up on it, more towards the front of my stance. Gotta love it. I mean, from 99 yards, I don't even know what you're supposed to do there. Maybe I have to play it low, I guess. Are we clear now? Or are we still underneath? Are we underneath another bush? We might be. It might happen again. Problem is that bush, I think we're in front of the past one that we just hit. But now it looks like, I think, that's either that might be a shadow. Is that the shadow of that other tree? I don't know. We're going to hit the 52 again. So I got 89 up 2. We're at 91. Plus another 9-ish. So we're right around 100. Battling these darn trees all day. That's probably going to be short. Assuming we caught one of those trees yet again, because that was definitely longer than 49 yards. I hit it fat, but that was probably, if I had to guess, 60 or 70, maybe 80 yards versus the like 90-ish that we needed. I don't think that wasn't a 40 yards short. I hit it fat, but it wasn't that fat. That was either a misread or we caught the tree. Either way, this is our 5th stroke on a par 4. 40 yards, up 1, so we're at 41, plus another 4, we need 45. Might as well stick with 52. Live and die by it, and we're dying by it on this hole. Definitely right. 19. Did we hit another tree? That was definitely farther than 19 yards. I don't know if the R10 is bugging out. It's not liking this ball. Or we hit another tree again. This one, I just want this hole to be done with. 22, up 1, we need 23. We're gonna go 60 degree. That was right down the middle. At least we got plus 20 after about 6 strokes getting there. This might be a triple. Love it. Love to finish on a triple with 18. Ay. Alright, so, granted it wouldn't have been that bad. We would have actually been in the 70s if we didn't just blow up on 18, but it is what it is. From Oughterard Golf Club in Galloway, Ireland. Courtesy again of Alex Halo. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. It was definitely a tough course, and those trees got to me, so it wasn't the easiest, but I appreciate the suggestion and the request. We ended up with plus 1082, so we went 41-41. Surprised that it was actually the same. We were battling our way through. That was a rough round. So had a good amount of bogeys. Luckily, they were mostly pars, no birds, and then we had a double on 8, and we had a triple on 18. Unfortunately, that kind of killed us. Fairways, we only hit 5 out of 14. We want to be at least 7 at 50%. Greens and regulation, somehow we hit our 50% mark at 9 out of 18, so I guess we'll take that. And then 33 putts, that was kind of a lot. That's almost towards the 2-putt range per hole. We'd like to be closer to 1.5, so across 18 holes, that's not exactly ideal. But again, obviously there's no putting here, so that all comes down to the wedge shots. I pulled almost everything with the wedges left again, so that's probably why there weren't a whole lot of +1s. And I don't know if we had chip in, so it is what it is. 82, not horrendous, definitely not great golf, but hopefully we can right the ship here and another subscriber requested course. Alex, if you have another one that is maybe a little bit less filled with trees all over the place, let me know. Any of you guys out there that are watching this and have a course you'd like to play or like to see me play, let me know in the comments. Anything good, bad, positive, negative, just let me know in the comments. Either swings, about this course, about another course, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next course.